guys, if this is your first time viewing this channel, welcome. My name is Cynthia and this is my channel, Graciously Growing. And also I want to wish everyone a happy new year. So you guys, I started out the new year getting sick. So that's why I've been MIA. Unfortunately, I contracted COVID right after the New Year, and I was down and out for about a week or so. And so I am just beginning to feel like myself, and I decided, let me do a video on my down and out plants. And so what I've done is I've picked a number of plants that are just not doing well. These are the worst of the worst. And I've taken pictures of them, and I am going to make sure that I put those pictures away so that I can do a compare and contrast if these plants survive. So I hope you enjoy this video. All right, guys, when I say this is the worst of the worst, that's exactly what I mean. And I'm going to start with the most saddest of them all. You remember my white wizard? And that's why I'm taking pictures this time. So, because I wish I could have show you how it used to look. Now, thankfully, my other two are doing well. I'm trying to think of the names of them right now. And why is it leaving me? I have my pink princess, and I think it's my white princess. Is it those two? Whatever. I had three. I remember having the white wizard. And then I remember having, the pink princess. And I think I have the white princess. I think that's the proper name for it. Well, those two are doing absolutely great. But here is my white wizard. Now, it had a leaf right here. Oh, I'm dripping water, so let's do it this way. So it had a leaf that I broke accidentally when I repotted this. It was in a much bigger pot. And so one of the things I did with all of my plants that were struggling, I reduced the size to the smallest pot, nursery pot that I have. Well, actually, this isn't the smallest. This is the second to the smallest, the one that would contain the root ball. And I looked, and the roots look okay. The stalk, if you can see, is still green. So I'm hoping that this will come back, but this is the worst of the ones that I'm going to show you this evening. Next, I want to show you my Philodendron Brantium. There was nothing there. And so I guess it's doing really good because you can tell I have some growth here. Well, I take that back. This was the only leaf that was present. And the fact that it's still nice and green is, promising. And then you can see there's a lot of new growth there. And so I'm hoping that I can grow this back into a full plant. Now, all of these plants that I'm showing you are now placed in my cabinet. If they're not in the cabinet, I'm going to tell you that. And so the next one is my begonia. My Begonia Rex. I've been having a lot of problems with this plant. It was way bigger, and so I have reduced it down as well to a smaller size pot, and I've put it in the cabinet because the problem I'm having with this particular one is it continues to get brown and crispy around the edges, which is usually dealing with humidity. And so I felt like if maybe I downsized its pot, put it in my IKEA cabinet, that it may do well. So that's number 3, my Begonia Rex. Next is my arbifolia, my Calathea arbifolia. This leaf right here was perfectly green. And when I got sick, because I have a humidifier in here. It's a pretty big humidifier. I found it actually at one of my local thrift shops, And the only thing I don't like about it is you can't load the water in top side. You have to take it down, fill it up, and put it back. And that's really annoying. But for right now, I said I'm just going to use it because it works very well. If I fill it up in the morning, it literally lasts until like 6 or 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. So it's a really big tank. And so it was a good find. And I think I paid less than $10 for it at the thrift store. But anyway, before I got sick, this leaf was perfectly green. But now you can see it has the browning around the edges. And I think that was for those 5 or 6 days where I just didn't have the strength to come. I thought about it. I was like, I really should get up and put that humidifier, fill that humidifier on, but I didn't. And I think that is why this plant struggles, because you need to have really good humidity for this particular plant. But nevertheless, there is a new growth coming in. See right there? That right there is a new growth. And so, yeah, that is plant number 4. And all of these do live in my cabinet. Now, I showed you this one before. This is my white fusion. And since I showed it the last time, it's got a second leaf. And these leaves are so perfect. Now, the reason why I believe these plants didn't struggle like the arborfolia, because before, while I was sick, this was not in the cabinet. I just recently put this in the cabinet since I started feeling better. But this plant was already in the cabinet, and because my cabinet is sealed, the humidity in there, even though I was sick, it still kept the humidity. And so the leaves are absolutely perfect. And so I'm hoping that more and more will come out and I'll get a full plant. But right now, this white fusion is doing really, really well. The next plant that I have not had in the cabinet, but I'm about to put it in after this video, is my Calathea rattlesnake, because it has the same problem as the arborfolia. It always pushes out these nice leaves and then they brown crisp, like this one right here. And then I get irritated and I pluck it off. And so it never has really nice healthy leaves. So I see that it has 3 coming in. 1, 2, can you see this one? 3 right there. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to put that in the cabinet, and hopefully those 3 leaves will fare much better. Now, the next 3 plants are not going to be able to be in the cabinet. And so hopefully with just the humidifier outside the cabinet, they'll do okay. This is my Ciscus discolor. I just chopped away everything that was just all dried and brittle. And I'm hoping I'll get some new growth. I actually see new growth. Let's see, there's new growth right there, and there's new growth right there. If you can see that little tip. So it is growing now. This plant used to live in my dining room, but it was dying. It was dying so much, and so fast. And so I decided that I would bring it here in the plant room with the humidifier and see if I could get it to restart. We will see. This plant here also is not in the cabinet, and this is my it's called a Cretan brake fern. And I have to say, I got this from a grocery store, and it wasn't doing well from the get-go. So I don't think I'm gonna take all the credit of this one being as difficult as it is, but I had it downstairs. It wasn't doing well. First of all, I think I had it in the dining room. It wasn't doing well. I had it in my office. It wasn't doing well. I've had it in here for about a month. One thing I can say is stop the crisping, okay? And the leaves are nice and green. So I think it likes it in here. And so now I just have to see if it will continue to grow. Hopefully so. And then the last one is really sad. This is really, really sad, you guys. You remember my peacock, Calathea peacock that was in my office? This is all that's left. For whatever reason, it started browning. It started browning really bad. All of the other Calatheas in my office are doing well. They are happy. This particular one, not so much. And so I cut back everything that was looking horrible, and I have now brought that in to, in my plant room. And obviously it won't be, it's too big for the cabinet. So, but hopefully just being in here will make a difference with this plant. And so that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 9 plants that kind of, had a rough start of the year like I did. And some of them were struggling before the beginning of the year. And so I want to just keep an update. I think I'm going to try to update you guys like every 3 to 4 months. So this is January. Maybe I'll do an update in April. And then maybe one in August, something like that. And then one at the end of the year. I'll figure it out, but I want to give you at least 2 or 3 updates, and I want to see if I can get these plants to grow. First of all, stop dying or stop browning and crisping, and then to grow. Now, the ones that are in the cabinet, if they start doing very well, like for instance, this White Fusion, I know definitely that it needs a lot of humidity, because as soon as I got it in the cabinet, I got this leaf right here. And it is still, and I've never had a leaf look like this on my White Fusion and to stay like that. And then I don't even really know when this leaf came out. I just came in here one day and I was like, there's another leaf. And so I know there's good things going on beneath the surface here. And so I'm hoping that I'm going to get a full White Fusion plant out of this. And now I know what to do to care for it. I think that's going to be the same thing for my arborfolia. And I kind of believe that the rattlesnake and the begonia are going to do well also, because I feel like the crisping of the edges in my home is a scream for more humidity. And I think that for some reason in the summertime, I don't have as much of a problem as I do when the wintertime comes and I turn on the heat. And like I told you, I lost a lot of my peperonias, and it's just been a rough fall and winter for a lot of my plants. And so that is what I wanted to share with you. And now that I have taken pictures of how they look right now, I can continue. Every time I give you an update, I'm going to show you the pictures previously, and hopefully we can see these plants growing and thriving. And hopefully by the end of the year, they are off of the worst plants list, and they're thriving and doing well. At least I hope so. So yeah, you guys, that is going to be it for this evening's video. In the comment section, tell me, do you have some plants that are kind of like on life support right now? And what are you doing for those plants? And do you have any tips and tricks for me? This is an Agonema. I have an Agonema. I have 2 Calatheas. No, 3 Calatheas, because the arborfolia, the rattlesnake, and the peacock are all Calatheas. Isn't a White Fusion? No, that's right. I have 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because the White Fusion is a Calathea too. I don't know why I want to make that an Agonema. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Calatheas. So if you have any tips and tricks on that, let me know. I have one fern. And then I have my Ciscus discolor, my white wizard, and my Philodendron brantium. So those are the plants that are struggling the most. I'm also in a couple days gonna give you a update on my favorite plants for the previous year of 2023. So that's going to be it for this evening. I hope you are having the beginning of a wonderful new year. I have decided this year to try to make anything that I consider negative, to look at it in the positive light. For example, yes, I did get COVID, but think about this. I have a job where I could take off and be well and to and get well and rested, and did not have to worry about being terminated, didn't have to worry about how I'm going to feed my family because I have sick leave, and so I didn't miss a paycheck. That's something to be thankful for. And think about this, some people are struggling with cancer and all kind of other things. So yeah, getting COVID was not fun, but in the when I think about it, I'm still blessed, I guess is what I'm saying. So that is what I'm trying to do this entire year. Turn everything that I think is negative into a positive, because how we think controls a whole lot of what goes on in our lives. And if we think about it, we all have something to be thankful for. I remember my bishop saying that he is gone on to be with the Lord. He's told this story about this man that was feeling really down because he didn't have any shoes to wear. He just didn't have any money. He couldn't afford just a pair of shoes. But he then saw a man without any feet. So I'll leave you with that. Until next time, be blessed.